What's up? This is Zeris, and I'm here with Mr. TT1
What's up?
from Fnatic MSI, obviously. MLG is over. Tell me your thoughts about the event.
It was a good event altogether. A lot of good guys, a lot of good players. Didn't go as well as I wanted to. 8th place is alright, but for my first LAN, I'm pleased with my results. Hopefully, I'll improve more later and get better results.
Yeah. So you mentioned this is your first major LAN, right? How is this different than like the Canada LAN, for example, in 2008?
Well, there's more pressure. Obviously, there's more media pressure to have people looking at you playing. I think basically the overwhelming amount of pressure from everyone around you is what affects you the most, while compared to smaller lands.
How about the venue itself? What did you think about MLG as a whole, going down to the place, the StarCraft area, the computers? Was that a little difficult to adjust to?
It was nice that it was in the hotel itself. It made the trip really easy, but I found it really cold. The venue itself, we were freezing, and I couldn't wear my sweater or anything because I had to wear my Fnatic shirt. So hopefully they'll look into that for the next time. But the place itself, it was beautiful. It was huge, a lot of monitors. I liked it. The only thing that I didn't like was while they were casting games, the sound on the big screen TV was kind of low, so you couldn't hear anything. And then I understand that they do that so people can't hear, the players can't hear what they say, but maybe there could be a way to fix that so
yeah,
the viewers could enjoy the games more.
What was the best game you feel like you played at the events, your most memorable series?
There weren't a lot of good games that I played because I was kind of nervous, but the longest game, the most entertaining game was Versus Silver Game 1 on Delta Quadrant. That was a really fun game. Yeah, Versus Silver altogether, I think that was the second game. It was kind of a fast one, but the first game was a pretty long macro game.
Yeah.
Had its moments, yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about the game versus Silver. You pretty much ran out of money.
Yeah.
And he had a secret base, and instead of...
Well, it wasn't secret because I knew.
Well, yeah, but...
I knew it for a while, but...
So you decided to just do long-distance mining and build units instead of making a Nexus. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, I had the pressure on, and I was scared that, because Terran, meals are imbalanced, I didn't want him to, go ahead of me. So I had the pressure on. I was attacking him non-stop, so I just kept on reinforcing my army. So I didn't want him to let him macro up, basically. I just long distance mined and I just kept pumping units, and it ended up working out to my advantage.
Alright, what about the most disappointing series you played?
The most disappointing without a doubt had to be versus AJTLS Last Shadow.
Why? What about it?
I don't know, the games were in they were very bad losses. I didn't feel like I could show my full potential, I guess you could say. Game 1, he did the Into the Rainbow Rush with Marine Marauders Hellions. I was cornering my probes. It was on steps. On steps is even worse because the short distances. I was cornering my probes, so I didn't have enough units to counter his attack right there, so he lost. I didn't lose on that attack, but I lost a lot of probes, and then he just attacked me with SCVs, Marines, Hellions, and Marauders, and I just died while expanding. And the last game it was on Metalopolis, the second game, and we base traded, but yeah, I had one pylon left, and he just came in with Banshees and killed me. I had a bigger army. That was a horrible mistake by me. I ran my probes out of my base while he was attacking me, but they were all stuck near the ram. So then he just brought his Marauders and killed the few probes that ran out of the base. If I would have paid more attention to that, I probably could have won that game just by expanding somewhere else because I had a better unit composition than him. Right. I was really disappointed after that game.
You always get yourself in a position to base trade with people. Why do you think that happens so much with you? I've seen like 4 or 5 games with you that go down to base trading.
I don't know. We probably like think alike. Why when I attack, my opponent attacks me? I have no idea why that happens. Probably need some sensor towers.
I know why.
Gratorp?
It's because
I don't scout well.
Pyam sucks at scouting.
Yeah.
You know, base trading, it revolves around you going this way, I go that way. But it shouldn't be. It should be, if I'm going, I know where the other army is. And
I always know where the other army is.
well, clearly you don't, since you always base trade.
No, it's not always. It just happened once in that tournament. That was a horrible mistake. I didn't. If I won that game versus AGTLS, I would have had such a nice bracket. I could have won. Could have gone deep. And then yeah, I lost that game. I went on a run in the loser bracket. I beat all my games. I went 2-0 on the loser bracket until I met Sock. I lost 0-2 to him again. The first game I can't say much. He played it well. He did a 4-gate, very fast 4-gate. Warp gate rush. I couldn't counter it. The second game he did the same thing, but I did counter it. But then for some reason I was like paranoid. I just didn't leave my base. He didn't produce anything. I was in a huge lead after he did that, and I blocked it. I was in a huge lead, but I just didn't capitalize on it. He was sitting in his base. He wasn't producing units because the only way he could have come back to in the game was by taking the Colossus. And that's what he did. I didn't pressure him. I could have won the game if I attacked him.
Learning experiences.
Yeah.
So, was there any player in the tournament that you were really impressed with that you didn't really know much about beforehand?
Well, yeah, definitely Nadagas. I think I was impressed with because he's a Warcraft 3 player. No one like I played him once on Battle.net on the latter games, and he's really nice. I didn't get the chance to talk to him on the LAN, but yeah, I was surprised by him. He came in, he went in pretty deep. I think he got like top 8 at least, or did he?
I think it was just outside of the top 8. I think it was top 10.
Even though he beat a few like good players.
Yeah, he beat In Control, right?
I think so, but I think he beat like, I don't know who he beat, but I remember him. He was playing pretty good. Out of nowhere he came, so
yeah,
he was like the biggest surprise for me.
So you did place in the top 8, which means that you have points for the MLG Pro Circuit thing. Do you think you would come back to MLG in DC next in October?
Well,
if you had the chance to?
If I had the chance to, yeah, of course. But there's a lot of lands coming up. There's the IEM I need to qualify for. I hope I get an invite for BlizzCon. That's a huge tournament. I wish I could participate in that. But yeah, definitely, I love MLG. I love like the staff. Everyone, they were super nice. I would love to play in more tournaments in MLG.
All right, one thing happened at MLG, the keyboard issue. What's your opinion on that?
The keyboard issue, yeah. So we basically have Steel Series 7Gs, and they have a what's it called? PS2, P2P connection. PS2 connection, and we couldn't use the PS2 connections, even if we had an adapter with it, because they were banned from the tournament. They did an exception for us because we had the same, us, Fnatic, and EG, we had the exact same keyboards. I heard Huck had like the same type of keyboard too. So they made an exception for us. I don't know how it works. If we're supposed to get new keyboards, we're probably gonna have to get new keyboards. It's not a big issue for me. It's just like we need USB keyboards, but I don't want to like switch my keyboard and get a totally brand different keyboard because I love right now the Steel Series 7G. I love that keyboard. I don't want to switch it. Maybe if we could like find a solution together, or find a way to go through it.
Yeah,
it'd be good.
So aside from this MLG, you mentioned you have IEM coming up. You qualified in the third one.
Yeah.
The groups, actually, I think they should be
posted by now.
I think it should be posted by now. But who would you hope is in your group at IEM?
I don't want to say names, but there are the stronger and the weaker players. Definitely. I wouldn't say I don't want to meet Hydra, but
because if you cheese him, he's gonna blow up your car.
I don't cheese Hydra. Every time I play Hydra, I just want to I want to beat him at his own game so I could. And I try to, but it never works. So it's like, it's kind of like a bad thing for me. But yeah, actually, like Huck is strong PvP. Hydra is a strong overall player. Those are like the two players that when I face, I think I'm like a little bit behind them skill wise. So like mentally going into the game, I feel like as if I'm behind already.
Right.
But that's because I'm still not a very good StarCraft 2 player, I find, but I'm just gonna keep practicing. I'm not practicing a lot. Hopefully I could improve a lot more so I could keep up with like Hydra and Huck. And I
Yeah.
need to work on my PvP especially.
Right. So, after playing in a LAN event, did you get a chance to notice weaknesses in your game? Or are there things that specifically you need to work on besides just your PvP?
Well, apart from like getting over the
The
first
nerves?
time jitters. Once you get over like the nerves, you know, you're like, I just want to be able to play freely, you know, like not think about anything and play exactly like how I do online. That's like my main goal when I want to play in the offline tournament. I know Hydra like was dealing with the same issues too, because I remember him having trouble in his first lands, but now he's doing really good. So yeah, I just have to practice at it. I'll get over it. I think I didn't do that bad. I find I find I didn't play good, and the fact that I didn't play good and I still managed to get top 8 was a little icing on the cake, I guess.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you want to say? Just in general, to this guy, Andre, or Fnatic, anybody?
Yeah, thanks to MLG for running the event. Thanks for supporting esports. Thanks to all the fans that are supporting esports. Thanks to all our sponsors, MSI, SteelSeries, Bigfoot Networks, Slappa, U-Game. Thanks for supporting the team. Thanks to Zeris. Thanks to Andre for keeping me company during the weekend. Yeah, had a like average showing. Hopefully I'll do better next time.
Very good. Alright, thank you, Payam.
Thank you very much.
And this is Xeris signing out. Bye-bye.